Welcome back. And for those of you that are new here, my name is Taylor. Welcome to the channel. And before we get into this video, please don't forget to go ahead and hit that cute little like button and subscribe to a doll's channel. Okay, so this video I've been wanting to do for a while for you guys, and like I'm finally getting around to doing it. I see that y'all love surgery talk on my channel, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. So I have a lot of notes on my phone. So I will be giving you, I'll be reading some of these points so that way I can stay on topic, because y'all know how a girl gets off topic easily. And I just want us to really just get into this and enjoy it. So basically it is going to be the first part of a surgery series. So let's talk about it. Surgery talk video. So this is gonna be my opening disclaimer on this. So this video is primarily about my personal surgery journey. So this is not just an overall general video talking about other people's surgery journeys, wherever. This is my personal surgery journey. And I'm not telling you, one way or another to, or forcing surgery on anybody, or telling you, oh, you gotta have surgery to be fine. Nah, sis, if you cool with your natural body and you love your natural body, kudos to you. I love it. This, even though I am team plastic, this is about, I'm big on people doing what makes them happy. If your natural body makes you happy, love it. If being team plastic and getting you some surgery every now and again makes you happy, I love it. Hey, if you happy, I'm happy. Period. This is not a space for surgery haters. If you a surgery hater, go on and make your way up out of here, because this is not the space for you, honey. Okay? So go ahead and give you a few minutes to go and run along. If you are team plastic, such as the good doll, then stay tuned, because I'm going to be giving y'all some nice little surgery tips along with some insights. I'm going to be going into what I've had done, who I had it done by, what I plan on getting done, and just some surgery, tips. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video, baby. Let's start off with what I've had done. So your good girl has had a breast augmentation, aka a boob job. I've had a tummy tuck, lipo, and a BBL. BBL is also known as a Brazilian butt lift, for those of you that may not know. And if you are active on my channel, you know that I just had a rhinoplasty. Oh, actually 6 months ago today. Today is November 6th. It makes 6 months post-op on the girl's rhinoplasty. And I might add, she's looking good. Okay. Good. Yes. So, and I'll get into who did my procedures towards the end of the video, because one of them I'm on the fence about mentioning, but I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm gonna give it to y'all or not, so you have to stay tuned and watch to the end. Okay? Yeah. So those are the things that I've had done so far. My breast augmentation is very old. I got that thing done 20 years ago, back in 2000, when it wasn't even really that common for Black women to be getting plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery. But little backstory on that, I had kids and breastfed. The cute little boobs I had was no longer, so I paid for them to be cute again. The BBL, also, like I said, is known as a Brazilian butt lift. Basically what that is a fat transfer. So it's like transferring your money from your checking to your savings. So I had liposuction done and had that fat that I really didn't need in those areas transferred into my rear end. That's a Brazilian butt lift. And let me just say this real quick. It must be one of the surgery haters, because I don't know who decided to come up with, if you got a BBL, your butt is fake. You lying. You lying. Who told you that? What doctor told you that? Now, if you have silicone injections in your butt, if you have foreign objects put into your butt, yes, that is a fake butt. Honey, I worked hard for that fat, okay? And I transferred it to where I wanted it to go. Therefore, I have no foreign objects in my body. I have my own fat transferred into my own body, rearranged. I just rearranged it, okay? That's it. I do not have a fake butt. I have a fat butt. That's what I have, okay? I'm just going to clear it up. So, for my sisters and my dolls and kin dolls that have BBLs, quit listening to these folks. This is not fake booties, okay? It's your fat booty now. So, to get that out the way, liposuction basically is an instrument being used to suction out the additional fat in your body to give you more of a like sculpted look. Why did I get those things done? Because I wanted to. No, really. Well, the first thing is, like I explained before, with my boobs, I breastfed. Prior to that, I had really cute boobs. I breastfed. Those things shriveled up like, you know, like the little helium balloons after about 3-4 days. And they just be like, they go from cute to just sucked up on the floor looking like that. Yeah, that's basically what it's looking like. And I wasn't walking around looking like that. So no, I went and got my joints done. So the second procedure was the tummy tuck, lipo, and BBL all in one procedure. I opted to get the tummy tuck done because my last 2 kids were really big. They were like in the 90th percentile as far as birth weight. They were like high 8s, 9-pounders. So even though prior to that, with the kids I had prior to that, I was able to like snap back, like no stomach. People would be like, you lying. I don't think you got no kids, because I had like no stomach and I was still skinny. Well, those 2, it was not only did I gain like 50 pounds, they were so big, they pushed my muscles out. So even after I delivered them, my stomach still looked like I was maybe about 3-4 months pregnant. That was a no-no for me. I could not deal with that. That was not the body that I was used to. So therefore, I opted to get the tummy tuck, because there was no, oh, go to the gym and work. That certain things you just cannot go to the gym and fix. Yes, you can lose weight by going to the gym. Yes, by changing your diet, you can lose weight. The muscle repair, my stomach was not going flat without surgery. Ask a doctor about that. They will tell you that. I'm so sick of hearing people say, oh, just hit the gym, hit the gym. The gym don't get rid of everything, okay? It does not. I wish y'all would, if you start putting that information out there, be very clear on what you're talking about. Because when it comes to somebody needing a tummy tuck because due to a muscle repair or they have a lot of excess skin, the gym is not getting rid of that, okay? So please, check yourselves when y'all be saying that stuff. It's annoying. Reason for the BBL, it was just simply, I just wanted a better shaped butt, a more like basketball shaped butt. You know, that's really what it was. I already had a butt. I was small and I had like a butt. So it wasn't like I had like a flat wall or thing. I just wanted something like slightly bigger, a little bit, by the way. What I have now is extra inflated. It just grew, the fat. But I wanted something a little bit bigger and just a little bit more shapely. So those were the reasons. Next thing, complications. So with surgery, you always run the risk of having some type of complications. With my breast augmentation, I had absolutely no complications. The only issue with my breasts now, they're just too big. They're too big for me. I started out with one single D. Now I think I'm beyond like triple D. And I refuse to get in a bigger bra. I'm just not doing it because they're just out of control. So we'll be going smaller. The BBL, tummy tuck, and lipo, my doctor was really aggressive with the lipo, so I did have a lot of fluid because he was so aggressive with my lipo. Also, my drain broke. Like 2 days, maybe 3 days post-op. Post-op, for those of you who don't know, means post-operation. So post-operation, post-op, you're gonna hear me say a lot of that in the video. My drain clogged and it wasn't draining anything. So that fluid was just kind of just sitting there. It wasn't able to come out. When I went to my post-op visit, his nurses just end up removing the drain because it was nothing they can do. So basically I had to be like manually drained, and that's where they massage you. And you have to keep a lot of compression on to keep that fluid, you know, to keep the fluid, like keep it compressed so the fluid can go away. And also you want to constantly be drinking to get rid of it, to flush it out of your body. Drinking liquids like water. I'm not talking about junk juice, like, you know, super fruity juices, like, and sodas, like nothing like that. You want to drink like plenty of water. Make sure you stay hydrated so you can flush the fluid out of you. The second issue that I had was necrosis. Now, for those of you that don't know, necrosis is basically your skin not getting proper, your cells, not your blood cells not getting proper oxygen. So in turn, it'll eventually make your skin start to die off and like start to turn black. I definitely do feel like a big part of my getting necrosis was because prior to that I was smoking. I did smoke cigarettes. Ugh, I'm so glad I dropped that habit. Disgusting. But yeah, if you are a smoker, you smoke cigarettes, you definitely run a higher risk of getting necrosis. And that did happen to me. So I basically had the nurse started to see it by 2 days post-op. She was starting to see, she was like, how long has that been turning colors, like turning that color? She's like, you need to keep an eye on that. Because I had it in my on my tummy tuck scar. Once I, you know, get a revision, tummy tuck revision, then it's called a scar revision. So they'll get rid of that once I get a revision. When I got back home to Atlanta, I did find a plastic surgeon that was able to like touch me, because, you know, normally people, if they know you had surgery from other places, they don't want to touch you at all. And originally I went to the emergency room because the fluid in my stomach was building up so bad that my stomach was just really puffed up. And so I was super nervous, and I was still compressing. I was wearing my faja. I was, you know, putting my lipofoams in there. I was still compressing, but it was like that fluid was just, it was just still a lot of excess fluid. And so I went to the emergency room because I'm thinking, you know, maybe they are like gonna drain me. You know, that was the point, like kind of, and I tried to drain myself like with a needle. It didn't work. I don't know how these other people did it. None of that worked for me. And I tried to watch exactly to the T. It didn't work. So I went to the hospital. I went to the ER trying to see if they can drain me. They were talking about taking a scalpel to my brand new tummy tuck and cutting it up. I was like, no, you're not. The hell you are. I don't know what you thought. I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. So Anyway, in the interim, with them trying to figure out, I was like, no, all you need to do, I'm in the hospital telling them like no, just get a needle. All you need to do is get a needle and just pull it like and drain it, just get the fluid out. That's it. You're not cutting my stomach with a scalpel. We're not doing that. So anyway, the interim, they go and send me for like every test under the sun. And I swear, if I wouldn't have told them I went out the country and got this surgery, I don't think all of this would have happened. So they want to test me for everything under the sun, like I had a freaking plague or something. Like I was the plague that brought COVID over here or something, like, you know. And I'm just like, I just need to simply be drained. The fluid, y'all see the lipo fluid, right? Like I just need to get drained, you know, like and so it's like they weren't grasping what I was requesting. So anyway, they sent me to get, they did like an MRI, and during the MRI they said they saw a little tiny bit of pneumonia on my lungs. So because of that, they couldn't let me go home. Because they saw that, they had to admit me. I was like, what? So he said it was so tiny they can barely see it, but just because they still see it there, they had to admit me. So, but when I tell you, they must have ran around and told everybody in that hospital practically what I had done, what I had looked like. I had every freaking nurse and doctor under the sun. Who are you? Like coming in my room. Oh, you had surgery out of the country? They really was just coming to be nosy. But guess what? My work looks so fire. I showed everybody. I was like, yep, look. You see it. And they all walked up out of there, complimented me like, wow. Oh, wow, you look great. Yeah, thank you. Oh, and then when I showed them the before picture, they was like, no way. You're lying. And that's what it looks like now. Like I said, my stomach looked like it was about 4 months pregnant. Even at my pre-op visit, my doctor was like, I need to do an ultrasound. I was like, why? You think I'm pregnant? I was like, I'm not. No, it was just from that muscle repair. My stomach just would not go flat because my muscles were protruding. They needed to be sewn back down, and that's how they repair muscles. They have to literally go in, pull your stomach to probably way up here, sew it, and then complete your tummy tuck. It's some videos on YouTube. Y'all go watch it if you got the stomach for it. They never weren't able to get the fluid out, and I was like, at this point, y'all not gonna touch me and mess me up. And so I stayed in the hospital for probably about 3 days for them treating me with pneumonia, and antibiotics and stuff. And then after, I already had found this doctor because I knew he did massages. So I went there to schedule a massage appointment. But while I was there, I was telling them, I was like, look, you know, I explained to them what happened. I mean, it's a plastic surgeon. He knows what's going on. And I was like, but I was telling the assistant, I was like, but I have a lot of fluid and I don't know how to drain myself, and it just keeps backing up and I don't know what to do. Like I'm compressing, I'm doing everything, and it's just like a lot of fluid just keeps backing up. And so she called the doctor in. And I gotta just say, this man was a complete lifesaver. And again, that's why I be saying God don't play about me, because he always be looking out for a girl, always. And so that doctor came in there, and basically he told me, he was like, look, you can't keep draining yourself. He did drain me. He drained quite a bit of fluid out of me, but he was like, I don't want to keep charging you to do this, and this can be a constant thing. I can keep draining, I can keep draining. I don't want to keep having to charge you for the same thing, and we're really not too much getting anywhere. So basically he was like, I want to give you some ozone shots. And I'm like, so what's that? And he was like, basically it's oxygen shots. And you know, like in the site, he was like, so basically what it'll do is fill up that space with and so that way the fluid doesn't have a space to keep moving around and keep building, you know. So at that point, honestly, I was willing to try whatever he was willing to do. And like I said, he was a plastic surgeon. It didn't sound like it was gonna be crazy painful, so I was willing to try it. And he gave me, and he actually gave me the shot like where I had the necrosis at, to help that not get bigger. And so he may have given me about 3 ozone shots, but like over a period of time, like over probably like about, I'm gonna say maybe a week and a half. He was so happy. He was so elated. Oh my gosh. And that made me feel good that he was so excited to see that him giving me those shots actually worked. Like and he was just like, yes, like this really worked. It did what I wanted to do. Like it stopped that necrosis from dying. My skin wasn't constantly dying, turning black anymore. Like it stopped that. And all that fluid that I had, that I was complaining about getting draining, all of that had stopped. It wasn't building up anymore. So thank God to him too, for me even finding him. Unfortunately, I would love to give you guys his information. Whatever I find out, I'll let y'all know. But I don't know, due to the pandemic, his clinic is shut down. So I'll do a little bit more research and see maybe if he relocated. And if he did, I'll link his information in the description box. But yeah, I've driven by there and it's completely like shut down. Why they say this is a rich woman's sport, baby. Getting plastic surgery is not cheap. It's not. I don't know who told y'all that and fed y'all that story, but it's not. Like, I need you to sit down and do the math before you start calculating, or before you start setting appointments and everything for your surgery. Make sure you got all your money together. Everything, okay? Like, stuff be adding up. When a lot of these places be giving you, especially if you go overseas, you'll get prices depending on where you go. Let me say that. I know in DR, and every doctor is not going to be the exact same. You're going to have some doctors that's going to do different things. Some may include this for you, a faja for you, may include the labs for you, may include. A lot of the times you're paying, not only are you paying for your surgery, there's a bunch more things that need to go along with that. There's labs, there's fajas, there's heparin shots. If you know what heparin shot is, if you getting on a flight, you need to, it's an anticoagulant, so your blood is not, it's a blood thinner so that your blood does not clot while you're on flights, especially long flights. You need to make sure there's a lot that goes into getting surgery besides just the price of the surgery. You need post-op care. Honey, those massages are not cheap and you need them on a regular basis. Did you hear that I just said I was getting massages at least 3 times a week? When you first get your surgery, some doctors want you to go like every day to get a massage. So add that up. In the States is probably going to run you about, maybe if you find some on the lower end, $75 to $85 per massage. But a lot of places will offer packages. Like if you do 10 massages, they'll do them for like $750. And that's the package deal. So 10 massages can be done in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like 2 weeks, give it max. So, and you're going to need massages for at least, I'm going to say bare minimum, like 3 months. The massages is what sculpts your body. It's what gives you your shape. It makes you look in shape. It's not just the faja. The faja plays a very big part in it too. And you got to stay on top of this stuff. Otherwise, you done wasted your money. Like, take it from me. Learn from me. Learn from my mistakes. Don't do what I did. You need to go get that faja altered as you're getting smaller to keep up, with your size. I suggest more than one faja. What you gonna do when one is in the washing machine? What you gonna do if you accidentally pee on yourself? Because that can happen. Especially right after surgery. You can't move that fast. You gotta go to the bathroom. You can't what you gonna do when it's washing? What you gonna do when the other one's getting altered? That's not gonna happen. It might take a day or two to get the faja altered. make sure you're purchasing the correct faja. Be careful with those fajas with the cracks that go all the way to the back, because if you're not careful, especially after getting a BBL, your cheeks can go, your butt cheeks can go like right in the middle part of the faja crack, and it'll leave that indentation. Like keep in mind, the faja is for forming, right? Forming your body, shaping and forming. So if you're constantly putting this faja on and your butt cheeks are kind of going in this little crack, you're gonna start having what they call the paper, well, not paper, what they call clothespin. So it'll kind of be like clothespin booty under there. Be careful with that, okay? You need proper post-care assistance. This is part of the reason why my tummy tuck was ruined and I'm having to go back and redo it. You got to make sure your diet is up to par. You do not want to have this surgery and a couple years later you're going back because you've gained all that weight back and then some. I weigh more than what I did when I went and had my surgery in 2016. So yeah, I just thought, first of all, I was skinny the majority of my life, so I never in my life ever thought I would ever had to worry about weight. And then as you get older, like weight just doesn't fall off like it used to. Now you got to work to keep it off. But like I said, I never felt like I, was gonna have an issue. And so after I had my surgery in 2016, I had my lipo and stuff, and I was super small, and then I lost weight really quick. I went on, I started taking my products, my TLC products, and I was drinking my ISOT, and I dropped down to like 160 pounds, 165, somewhere out there. I was way too skinny, and I dropped that weight quick too. And I was like, oh, no. I'm going to gain some of this back. Now, I didn't plan to get all the way up to 204 pounds, but, that was way too skinny for me. So, like, my goal weight is like 180, 185. That's what looks good on me. That's what looks perfect on me, actually. Because I like to see myself looking a certain way, and I don't like to look too skinny, and obviously I don't want to look too big. So, I'm almost to my goal weight. So keep that in mind. Your diet plays a big part. So what else do I plan on having done? I am getting another tummy tuck. So a tummy tuck revision along with a breast augmentation. And I'm going to at least have 2 more procedures. So that will be the next one. And then the one following that will be more lipo, and just some shaping done on so another BBL. But I'm not trying to get a whole nother bigger butt. I want my butt a little bit smaller, tiny bit. And I want a little more shaping, because when I did go to my doctor, I didn't come in there with any wish pics or anything, because I really kind of didn't know what I was gonna like. So I let him decide, and I let him do what he wanted to do. Well, the result of that, I already naturally didn't have hips, so he gave me no hips. So I have no hips still. I just have a big old shelf booty. And so now I want more hips. I want my hips defined, not anything huge, like subtle. And I want what they call the laterals. I have laterals, aka what people say shelf booty. So it makes your butt sit up higher. And I want my laterals, I want him to take away some of the laterals and give me like more of a hippie look. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. That, and I'm getting the breast aug and the tummy tuck done first, because already having a BBL along with the tummy tuck, I don't think that is a good thing to do to get together at all. I just don't. I think those surgeries should be completely separated, because after having a tummy tuck, you cannot lay on your stomach, and I feel like it kind of messed up my butt results a little bit. My butt was like perfectly round, and over time, like after laying on it, constantly laying on it, because that's the only way I can lay, I feel like it smash that round part just a little bit. So basically, I'm getting two of the things redone all over. Well, actually, all three of them redone all over again. And the lipo, I can't blame nobody but myself, because that was just me eating whatever I wanted to eat, because I thought, oh, I'm popping, I'm fine, I ain't gonna gain no weight. What? Girl, bye. Did to yourself, sis. And then also the next thing would possibly be some chin lipo. I'm on the fence about that, just because if I lose a certain amount of weight, this will go all down. The thing about it is that for me, when I gain weight, my chin area, all this area is like the first place to gain the weight, and you'll see it. But if I lose a certain amount of weight, I don't want to get too small, because if I get too small, it'll all be gone. And but that means my legs are too skinny, and my legs, when I do lose weight, are the first things to go, and I can't stand. I like my legs being thick. So I'm on that's basically we'll see type thing with the chin lipo. If it goes well on, great. If not, without me having to lose too much weight, then I'm just gonna lipo it up. So, and then my arms. I want to definitely get my arms smaller. So those are the other things that I plan on having done. The why, obviously with my stomach, I completely just hate this bump on my stomach. I hate it. After I had surgery, my stomach was washboard flat, and about 3 months post-op is when I started to notice the bump on my stomach. And I know why. I should have completely, followed my doctor's instructions when he said, like, go home and do nothing, lay there. That's what I should have done. But no, after a while, I was like lifting up my son. Y'all seen him in a couple of videos. He's 7 now, but at the time he was like 2. And I'm like lifting him out his crib. And he was like lightning fast. And one day, we got out of the car, and the garage was going down. And because he's a 2-year-old, he was able to, and he was lightning fast. He took off and ran up under that garage. And so, as it was going down, I was like, oh my God, freaking out. So he's running straight towards the street. So as the garage was going down, by the time I got there, he had to, it was on a little bit of a delay to go back up. So I kind of like ducked under, and I felt my muscles. I felt my muscles in my stomach tighten up. That's how fast I was like trying to chase him, to catch him before he ran into a street, because a car could have came around a corner. Like, we literally was like 2 houses from a corner, and a car would have really had no time to really stop, so I'm like chasing him, and I'm just like, oh my God. So then another time, for, I believe it was like 4th of July weekend, we had a family reunion, and we were at Stone Mountain Park. And I'll be darned, out of nowhere, here he go again. Pew, take off. It's hundreds of people out here. It's a crowd. And his dad had like just walked off like 5 minutes prior to that to go get something out the car. So I had no choice but to and I'm chasing him. So it's like the second time I didn't chase blood, and I'm like probably like 4 months post-op. So I feel like he owed me some money. Matter of fact, homeboy gonna pay for this. Yeah, he paying for this revision, cause yeah, run me your 7-year-old money too, cause you messed me up. I had to get it because of you. You was part of the reason why I had to get it. Now it's messed up because of you. Homeboy owed me something. Yeah. So I can't stress enough the importance of make sure you have help when you get home. This is a lesson learned for me. And the thing about it is, like, the tummy tuck was the one thing that was so painful for me. And I have a very high tolerance for pain, that I just was like, I don't ever want to do that again. I'll be darned. That's the one I have to have read. That's what bothers me the most. The rest I really honestly could probably live with, but I can't stand how my stomach just protrudes like that. And let me just show y'all so you don't think I'm being dramatic. But I ain't really ate much today too. But do you see this bump right here? This is part of the muscle repair. That's just like, it's like kind of hard. So it's a muscle. So, and this is where I had the where the extra fluid was. And even that's probably like old pockets. But once they redo all of this, it'll be back. But this bothers me the most. And I'm sure my bra area that has pushed on it has made it worse over the years. So I just can't. That has to go. That has to go. I cannot deal with that. It's not something that I want to live with for the rest of my life. No, it has to go. Arm lipo, just because I want smaller arms. You know, they a little meaty, they a little chunky. You know, so I just want smaller arms. Oh, and for the lipo, and I have a couple of back rolls. So, you know, just to get rid of that. It's like a back roll on each side. And I'm probably say like, you're being so nitpicky, but no, I want to look a certain way for a reason, you know. And then I already told you about the butt, the hips, because I don't really have any hips, and then just the shaping on the butt. So those are my reasonings for wanting to get more surgery. So basically these next few rounds is just like for perfecting and cleaning up, for perfecting to in what I feel like is going to be perfection, and just a cleanup. And sometimes you might need multiple rounds after you have surgery. You know, that's just kind of how it works in this world. You know, like you get surgery one time and you feel like, oh well, either you messed something up on your own, or you feel like you didn't lose enough weight the first round, so now you have to get a second round. Getting another round of lipo is just like me being able to control what my body looks like more. So I can say, okay, cool, I can stop at 185 pounds with, you know, or a 190. Well, literally I have like, my doctor wants me to be at like 189, 190. So I'm 194 now. I went from 204 to 194. So y'all, gonna give your girl a round of applause, okay? Because I ain't been playing no games. I like to be able to pick and choose what my body will look like. You know, like I said, I don't want to be completely skinny. I love having thick thighs. I love that. If I start losing too much weight, now my thighs, they ain't really got no meat on them. And then my ankles look this big. Like, no. I don't, leggings. So I had a couple of pair of leggings where it was baggy on the ankle. Like, no, I've been skinny the majority of my life. So can't nobody tell me, oh, it's okay to be skinny. No, I don't like being skinny. I like being thick. I like having weight on me. Not so much, not too much, but I like looking like I'm on the thicker side. I like looking plump. That's just what I like. And I think people should, whatever you like is what you should do. Since my doctor suggested for my health and safety that I lose weight, that's part of the reason why I'm losing the weight. And also another reason is I'm training myself. I'm training myself to eat better, to eat healthy. I've completely changed my diet over the last, like at least almost 2 months. I don't eat crazy stuff in bed. Like, let me tell you just a little stupid stuff I used to do real quick. I used to eat stuff like ice cream in bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I get hungry in the middle of the night, you know, but now I'll eat some grapes. I'll eat some cucumber slices. You know, I'll do healthier stuff like that. I drink sugar-free juice now. Like water, sugar-free juice, and I drink hot tea on a regular basis, at least 2 to 3 times a day. Yeah, so I've completely changed my diet. I don't eat a whole bunch of fried foods. I can't tell you when the last time I had something fried. I haven't had any like starches. When's the last time? I had pasta once, and that is going to be probably in that vlog that's coming up that you guys will see. But outside of that, I've literally changed my diet, and it helped. And I honestly haven't even been to the gym like maybe a couple times, and I've dropped that weight just from changing my diet. So imagine if I go hit this gym on a regular basis, what a girl gonna look like. Yeah, so I have like 4 or 5 more pounds to drop just to get to where she wants me to be. And I'm cool with that, because once you have surgery, you're gonna drop a few pounds after that anyway. So that way, if I get to like 190, 189, by the time she's done, I'm gonna be at like 84, 185. I'm gonna be where I need to be. So, and that's cool for me. I absolutely positively don't want to go under 180. I've trained myself prior to going into surgery on how to eat properly, so that way when I do come back, my results are fine, and that way I don't, and I can maintain my results the way they need to be maintained without getting back into what I fell into. Oh, I'm gonna eat whatever I want. No, you cannot do that. In order to maintain those results, you gotta be, if you're not regularly in a gym, you got to make sure you're eating right. You have to. That is like imperative. You have to make sure you're eating properly. Otherwise, you're gonna be a mess and you'll be mad. Surgery is a very serious business. You literally can lose your life behind this. You can end up botched beyond repair, or you gonna have to go and repeat the same surgeries over again like I'm doing now, from not maintaining. So just make sure you like follow your doctor's orders to the T. Make sure you have plenty of extra money for post-op care. I can't stress that enough. And supplies, like all that stuff add up. Start writing down all that stuff. Add up everything you're gonna need. Everything. Plane tickets, your stay, taxi cab rides, tips, everything, supplies. Add all that stuff up. Massages, and see and tell. I guarantee you it's going to be about 3 times on what you thought it was. Make sure you have adequate help. Eat right. Drink plenty of fluids. Listen to your body. If you don't feel right, if something don't feel right, go to the hospital. I don't care what nobody will say. Oh, you're tripping. If you don't feel right, if your gut is telling you something ain't right, go to the hospital. Period. You rather be safe than sorry. Do your research. And I know with some doctors, like it's hard to, they good at hiding stuff on the internet. The best way that I found that you can get information, go look up under them doctor's comments. You gonna find some of his patients. Thank you, doctor. I love my results. Thank you so much. Go and DM them. Hi. Do you mind if I ask you a question? People, 9 times out of 10, people willing to tell you their experience. Period. That's what a lot of stuff. Go to Real Self. Get you a surgery Instagram page. Set you up a surgery Instagram page. And start following people. I learned so much in the surgery community. I was doing research before I even went to my doctor. When I went to and got this last surgery in 2016. I set up Instagram. All that stuff wasn't available, honey. When I went back in 2000 and got these boobs done, I just went because like 3 or 4 girls I knew went to this doctor. That's how I was back then. Now it's too much out there for you not to be able to know. Like DM people, ask them questions. They'll tell you 9 times out of 10. If they respond, they'll tell you. You know, like I said, Real Self, set you up a surgery page. The surgery community is filled with a lot of information. And on some things you gonna have to dig. You're gonna have to do a little bit of digging. But your life is worth it, ain't it? This is kind of like my grand finale. So who are my doctors? So my first round, when I got my boobs done, I got my boobs done at the Harling Clinic in Ogden, Utah. That man was probably like older than Hugh Hefner at the time. He was probably like the originator that had all the Playboy bunnies walk around with their boob jobs. He was just the man for boobs back then. But he is no longer around. He's, you know, and his clinic has been closed for years. Like that clinic literally closed maybe if even 2 years after I went. Because people were asking me for the information, and they were just gone, like off the planet, like they were never there, you know. So but yeah, that's where I went. My second surgery was my rhinoplasty, and if y'all again follow my page, you already know I went to Dr. Umit Taskin in Istanbul, Turkey, and the girl is 6 months post-op, period, and she looking fine. surgery that I had done in 2016, my BBL, muscle repair and tummy tuck. Although I did not have any, like, you know, major complications. He did not botch me. You know, he didn't mess me up. I'm still alive. I didn't get any infections from him. I really was on the fence about mentioning him because he is not a doctor that I recommend. And I'm going to say he is not a doctor that I recommend. And this is my reasoning. Strictly because before I went to him, I did a lot of research. I did my homework for real. Like, I would be up until the sun came up on my phone or computer doing research. So I knew what I was getting myself into when I went to him. I just wanted to go to him so bad because he was just giving fire results on the first round. And I needed a doctor who was going to be a little bit more aggressive because of, like, you know, how big my stomach was and stuff like that to get me to feel better and back to, like, normal. Because I was already fine before having them last 2 kids. They blew me up like a balloon. I'm looking crazy. So I knew what I was getting myself into. But the problem is, I'm the type of person where if I can see that you learn from your mistakes, I can fool with you. From what's been going on since 2016 to now 2021, I don't feel like he's learned from his mistakes, and I feel like he's gotten worse, and it doesn't seem like it's about the patients, and that's a very big concern for me. So his death rate, I feel like, has gotten out of control. His infection rate is out of control, and I just would not refer people to him. I just can't, and it's bothering me to even say his name because of that. But all I can say is, we all adults, play at your own risk. And that's all I can say. People try to talk me out of going to him when I went, and I still went anyway. But all I'm saying is, when somebody constantly keep having deaths over the years, and this many years, that's gotta say something. So with that being said, I went to Dr. Hector Cabral in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. That is who did my tummy tuck, muscle repair, and liposuction back in 2016. So again, if y'all choose to go to him, that's on you. Just know Taylor the doll did not refer him, and those are my reasons why. I did wake up during my surgery, but I know that happens to a lot of people, and honestly, that's not uncommon for me. I woke up in my surgery when I got my boobs done. I've woke up during other procedures. So for me, I don't know. I think after a while, my body starts to just wake itself up under anesthesia. After I've been under for so long, it's like it just I wake up. So I didn't see him. So there was like no bedside manner. I didn't see him until I went to my post-op visit. During my post-op visit, I did ask him. I was like, well, what happened to my arms? Is that your lipo on my arms? He said it was too much surgery. So he did refund my money. I didn't even have to ask for it back. As a matter of fact, he gave me more than what I paid to get the arms lipoed. That man office stays stupid packed. If you're going in high season time, which I don't feel like I would ever do again, ever again, lesson learned. So, I mean, like tax season, we all know what I'm talking about. It's stupid packed. People standing in the hallways, it was crazy. Now, I don't know, it might be different now because of COVID, but I don't know, if you stay on that surgery page, you gonna kind of hear some different information. Yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. So, I mean, that's my surgery experiences. Hey, I want y'all to stay tuned for who I'm going to. I'm not spilling the beans on that just yet. I'm not surgery stingy about my doctors, okay? Like, I will tell y'all eventually, but I want to go to her first, get my, you know, results, like let y'all see my results, and I might even vlog that, and then let you know. But yeah, so anywho, I really hope y'all learned something from this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Take some notes, took you some good notes, followed what to do. Just DM me at I am Taylor the Doll. I'll have it on the screen too if you want my surgery page. If you don't have a surgery page, I ain't even gonna accept you, because no. You just trying to be looking. But if you really out here trying to get surgery and you really want to, you know, get in the surgery page and figuring out how to maneuver in the surgery community, then just go ahead and DM me and I'll add you on my surgery page. Anywho, how long does been on my teeth? Y'all ain't saying nothing. Shady. Anywho, but that's it, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope y'all got some good tips and knowledge from this. And make sure y'all hit that cute little like button. Subscribe to a doll's channel, okay? Before you go, before this ends, hit that subscribe button. I'll wait. Alright, y'all. Love you guys. Thank y'all for supporting. Love you so much. And I will see you around, alright?